now we have a Fox News alert.
Raise your hand if you think they should bring back the Fairness Doctrine. Alright, time for a reality check.
The Supreme Court just cleared the way for Trump to deport illegals even faster. The High Court ruled that Trump can use the Alien Enemies Act to send Venezuelan gangbangers to a mega prison in El Salvador. This is a huge ruling in Trump's favor and a major win for the country, after, as you know, D.C. Judge James Boasberg ordered a stop to the deportations.
Right out of the gate, that's not what the Supreme Court did. The court did not rule that Trump can deport people even faster, and it did not rule on whether the Alien Enemies Act even applies here. It lifted a temporary block for procedural reasons, while explicitly preserving due process and ongoing legal challenges. Calling this a huge win is a spin at best. This wasn't a constitutional endorsement. It wasn't a ruling on the merits. It was a narrow procedural decision. And notice how the language does the work here. Illegals, gangbangers, mega prison, that's not legal analysis, that's fear marketing. Judge Boasberg didn't stop deportations out of activism. He paused them because people were being removed without adequate notice or with the opportunity to challenge it, which is basic due process.
Right, this is massive, you guys. They tried everything to slow them down. They tried legal roadblocks, they tried activist judges, they tried narrative warfare, and every single attempt is falling apart, exactly like we said it would.
This is where the clip switches from news into grievance storytelling, because nobody tried everything to slow him down. The administration was challenged because it tried to use an 18th century wartime law in a modern immigration context. That's obstruction, that's judicial review. And calling judges activists is just a dodge. Judges, including conservative ones, are asking a basic question. Does this law even apply, and were people given due process? Nothing is falling apart. The core legal question hasn't even been decided yet.
Here's a key part nobody's talking about. The unclassified section of the FBI's intelligence assessment confirms that the Venezuelan government is using Tren de Aragua members as proxies to destabilize the United States. That's not immigration. That's not a border debate. That is a foreign government operation inside our own country.
Stop. This right here is the linchpin claim, and it's heavily unsupported. There is no publicly released, unclassified FBI intelligence assessment confirming that the Venezuelan government is directing Tren de Aragua as a proxy force inside the United States. If such a document exists, it wouldn't be breaking news on a clapper. It would be front-page national security use. Now, yes, Tren de Aragua exists. Yes, it's a criminal gang, but that doesn't mean a foreign government is running a proxy war inside the United States. Crime is not an invasion, and gangs are not governments, and migrants are not enemy combatants.
And that is why Trump now has the legal authority to treat these cartels as a de facto government, which activates the Alien Enemies Act. When a president declares an invasion, the law empowers him to detain or deport any non-citizen acting on behalf of that hostile force.
This is where your argument, RP Flash, completely breaks from reality. The president does not get to turn criminal gangs into a de facto government by declaration. The Alien Enemies Act applies only during a declared war or an actual invasion by a foreign nation or government, not criminal organizations. There is no legal mechanism where a president can just say invasion and unlock wartime powers. Courts, not the president, determine whether that legal threshold is met. So if this theory worked, any president could label crime and invasion and erase due process for non-citizens. That's exactly why courts are pushing back in the first place.
Trump followed the law, people. The system tried to stop him, and now the highest court in the land just said, nope, the president has that authority.
No, that's not what the Supreme Court said. The courts did not rule that Trump has this authority, and it does not rule that gangs count as enemy governments, and especially did not rule that declaring an invasion activates the Alien Enemies Act. What it said was, we're not deciding that yet. So no, the highest courts didn't say nope. It said this is still unresolved. That's not a win, that's a pause. Your video, RP Flash, isn't legal analysis at all. It's propaganda built on exaggeration, missing context, and a law that doesn't do what you think it claims to do. My name is Danny Harris, Republican. Be sure to give me a follow on all my socials, otherwise you'll see my face again. Have a good day.